So, good morning, good morning once again. Pardon me for that sound challenge earlier on. I think I might have sat on a cable or two. So, let's just continue from where I took off. I was just about to ask you this question, a question posed to me through my daily devotional. I don't know if you've had yours yet, but I just want to share a little with what I got this morning. The question was coming from one that Freddie Mercury, if you've heard about him, he was lead singer for the Queen's band. You may recognize this song. We will rock you. Yes, that particular song was sung by that band, the Queens. He asked a particular question that intrigued a lot of people and has been the question on many people's minds. If it hasn't been on your mind yet, believe you me, one of these days you are sure to ask that question. He says, does anybody know what we are living for? Does anybody know what we are living for? So my question to you this morning is, what are you living for? What are you living for? And we have a couple of responses that I found in a particular book. So John Lennon, you know John Lennon, your favorite actor, musician, says life is what happens to you while you are busy making other plans. Life is what happens to you while you are busy making other plans. Then Dennis the Menace says life is what you make it, and I make it unbearable. Life is what you make it, and I make it unbearable. Again, we have Richard Nixon saying life is one crisis after another. Life is one crisis after another. Yet Albert Einstein, yes, we can't go without mentioning him. He said, the man who regards his life and that of his fellow creatures as meaningless is not merely unhappy, but hardly fit for life. The man who regards his life and the life of other creatures as meaningless is not merely unhappy, but hardly fit for life. Now, the question posed, if it is posed to me, like I have learned from my devotional this morning, I will answer it that life is supposed to be about love and worship. I don't know what you have to say on what life is or what brings meaning to life, but you can always keep those answers and comments coming in. Remember that this is still your morning, the best morning show ever. We're going to bring you here's a political talk discussion on the stories that make our newspapers. That's the newspaper discussion segment. And I also have one very good conversation with a fine gentleman from the rent control department. You will want to stay to listen to know the challenges that you're facing and how they can be addressed when it comes to rent and then the housing sector in Ghana. But before that, we will bring you, or I will be here to bring you the newspaper headlines. My newspapers are ready and I am also ready. And if you're ready, just in a minute, we'll be right back as we acknowledge our sponsors.
Hello everyone, my name is Amalindate, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini or roofing industry nim, enti, Saudi roofina, now what Jen Asatek. Asatek will quality long span roofing sheeter, a sign nail free. Trase, and here so did a dwabomu, now so a team would down the soa. Pampe, Frama, and a whom and to me. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trase, every nache name Panso, enti warmer 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Ayama debia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, and now say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what done to be Jinaso, then you know. Your delivery services Papa Bia and for wonderful Kwan Asatek Bema was can order between 3 and 5 working days. Our VIP delivery services as well. One day pet now Osaka. Prepare Asatek a chill quine Watama 22 Meridian Road when you could board warehouse the paying Takrade a few kuma number 9 what pay a few kuma Fidelity Bank no Voter region so or Wakache Tatome GN Bank and Chenhope Asatek sheltering you for life.
Water, but you're not getting your mouth. And that's all I'm about to order.
Malaria and tea. But you are yet to my bono.
What you have to keep it.
Malaria, therefore, yaw. Enti awo. I shouldn't customers. What when you say, Mammy, I smart. I perceive Malakio. I'm money buyer or the eco school. Share. Say a Janisi berry market ni malaria and tea. I want to mean. And now, Emma will be around to walk. So we have malaria test. Maybe one. And better one. And the CB Malakio. You didn't know. And now kick out from a son so I CB Malakio. And no way so dear. And I know grow. I yet that shit.
A drawing your ma appeal for. About a woman for. Any quada won't fear
Susiana. What would you win?
FD Ashusha sa a jedi and crack to you aja to Musa and
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
CB will make up now. I'm not correct. What's your best mancasa?
That's it.
Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures back on CB men capsules. You see, CB men capsules in America.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew the dada. And 1 year packaging I had the
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do ben pegi.
She a painful. Any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada go ni fie do ye. En ka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje ejedi nka to yato.
I'll come back after that short break. Yes, so we're moving straight headlong into the newspaper headlines, and as you know, as usual, I wouldn't do that alone. Here with me is the chief who is chief.
Hey.
Yes, the political baby face.
Absolutely.
Yes, the gallant gentleman of Adoatv.
Hey.
The appellations are flowing,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Yes. Okay, so Isaac O2.
Yes.
One fine gentleman.
I'm
Isaac,
blushing.
how's your morning been?
Well, so far so good.
You sound good.
The day is bright and the day is still young, so we are hoping for the very best.
That's good.
Yeah.
But I don't know how yesterday, was it around 4 o'clock there about
The global outage,
Yeah.
the Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram.
So
Well,
for those who have to rely heavily on social media,
their day were affected. I mean, their mood changed drastically.
I was
For
send-
example, Selassie, like this around 5 p.m., you could see him vegetating.
Frustrated.
He was just frustrated, going up and down. I was like, wow, this guy, all this while, this is what you depend heavily on. Wow, you shouldn't be doing this
my.
as a gentleman. I mean, you have a bright future. But need I also remind our viewers that social media, although is being used for all of those bad things to it, has its good, positive
yes,
side too as well, which
we use
must
it to
consider.
spread the word. That
Yeah.
is the word of God. We use it for business.
Yeah, yeah, and people are
Adverts.
making good cash,
to
out of
advertise.
social media,
Yes,
so it's very
yes.
necessary.
It's also
We-
good,
we-
but,
we see that,
but
so-
this tells us that we do not put all our eggs into one basket.
At all.
So far as that basket is not God, anything can happen, even social media. Even social media.
Right, yeah.
I sent a message yesterday via WhatsApp, and it wasn't going through. I was wondering,
Are
what
you
is
out of
going on?
data?
Because in my house, Ashoman Estate down there, you know that our network is not so good. So
Yeah.
it means I was like, is it that I'm not positioned well? So I had to take the phone to 1 or 2 or 3 places. It wasn't still
To
going.
know if you would get
and,
better
and if you know
connection.
me, we don't rely on our phone quickly. I just dumped it somewhere and I went to. So later on in the night, I received this message from Vodafone, and I think Vodafone did very well with that.
Oh, they sent messages
yes,
informing you.
informing me
Oh,
that it
okay.
was a global issue. I was like, oh, okay, that's good.
Then MTN never did that.
No, I have
Then-
MTN, so
then
I didn't receive.
You never received
No.
it neither. Yeah, then MTN never did that.
It was good. So kudos to Vodafone for that. I'm not doing advert for you. Come and do your.
They should
thing.
come for their
Come
invoice.
yes. All right. So let's see what the Daily Graphic has
Yeah.
to say. Truth, accuracy every day. So what's the truth, and what are they accurate about or on this day in the issue number 21710? That's 21,710. You are doing well. Well, Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. To anyone celebrating their birthday today, a happy and a joyous birthday to you. I have not endorsed anybody as my successor. I have not endorsed anybody as my successor. And that's coming from the president, because there is too much hula baloo going on about what the president is saying, who he has his stamp on, and all that. And this is what he has to say on the matter. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has said he has not endorsed anybody to take over from him. He said any such action was an affront to the new Patriotic Party's democratic tenets and beliefs. The president, however, said he would campaign vigorously for whoever won the party's presidential primary towards the presidential race of 2024. Yes, 2024. Speaking on Pure FM. Hey, there's Pure FM. Okay. Pure FM, a Kumasi-based radio station yesterday, as part of his 4-day official visit to the Ashanti region. The president said he had to hold the balance and build a united party. That's a good one. So there's more on that story. That was just a little excerpt. Mensha introduction is there. Ashanti not neglected. KMA matters, those that are concerned, assembly members of KMA, I think you should dive in here. Also, what he calls unfair. So if you want to know what he calls unfair, you go in there and you take a slice of that. Okay, group kicks against LGBTQ bill. So group kicks against the LGBTQ. You add up their pluses, so it's very, very important for them. Plus. Now the pluses are 2.
Really?
Yeah, because even the Qs are 2, so plus.
Oh, okay.
So, there's a group, and if you joined yesterday's discussion, we talked about that a little. Yeah, we touched on that. So a bill currently before Parliament, which seeks to criminalize and impose jail terms on lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transgenders, and the queers plus, and people who promote such activities in the country, has been described as a flagrant violation of the 1992 Constitution, as it seeks to curtail freedom of expression and the media, the rights to assemble, and the rights to join any association of one's choice. Consequently, a group made up of academicians, lawyers, researchers, civil society organizations, and human rights activists has kicked against it. So you can go in there to read more of, even find out which those people that form the members. I learned it's a 15 member group, yeah. So you want to know the names of each. It's right there. What the play of religious drama is also in there. What the bill also holds is all in there. That's what Daily Graphic does for you. Over 100,000 companies to be delisted. Over 100,000 companies to be delisted. I was trying to get a little of it. Okay, so it's a press release and it's on page 6. It's talking about 100 companies to be delisted, 3,100 beginning October 2021. So the Registrar General's Department, RGD, wishes to inform the business community and the general public that the department has begun delisting from the company's register dormant companies which failed to comply with the Registrar General's directive to file their annual returns or update their records with it from this month of October 2021. So we have the list of the 3,100. It's mixed. It's on various pages. It starts from page 8, then 11, and it goes on. So you can grab a copy to make sure that your name is not there. And if it is there, then you go to the Registrar General Department and you find out the measures or the processes you have to take to restore your business as a registered entity. Now, the bigger story on the front page of the Daily Graphic says, and if you can imagine, it's being done. Let's fix ourselves, Ghana. Pokwase interchange has been baggled. Oh. Pokwase interchange has been baggled. The newly installed crash bar. Why would you take crash bar? Okay, let me take my emotions out and give you the story. Newly installed crash barriers stolen. Street lights also removed.
Wow. Is it the newly constructed
the
one?
Yes. Wow. Barely 3 months after the inauguration of the Pokwase interchange, some unscrupulous persons have stolen. Would this be unscrupulous? This one I think is demonism.
They are being demonized.
Yes. I mean, this is not when a demonic spirit attacks you. This is when you yourself behave as a demon.
You become Satan.
This is yourself. More than witchcraft. I don't get it. Because of what you want, that the one who does not regard his life or the life of all other creatures is not worth living.
It was this very place we saw some people pounding fufu, selling fufu at night. And this time around, this is what we are
This is
hearing.
what we, yes. So, unscrupulous persons have stolen some of the newly installed governized crash. It's like it's already governized for them, currently. Why a Jumaneri? Crash barriers mounted at the interchange, thereby posing a threat to road users. The stolen crash barriers valued at $3,500
Oh,
and meant to protect vehicles from falling over.
then we should be fixing our attitude indeed.
Oh, yes.
We cannot be
Yes.
telling the government to fix the country, and after providing us with this,
Then we go ahead
turn around to
and,
be
yeah.
stealing all of this. It's very bad.
Oh, my God. So there's more on it, just so I don't go overboard on my emotions. I'll leave the rest up to you to read, and that story continues on page 3 while I jump to the middle spread of the daily graphic. That will be pages 32 and 33. Ga Manche sworn in as president of the Ga Traditional Council. Ga Manche sworn in as president of the Ga Traditional Council. The Ga Manche King Takite Kochuru II has officially been sworn into office as the president of the Ga Traditional Council, paving the way for him to now steer the affairs of the council. The event took place at the Ga Manche Palace in Accra yesterday. The Daily Graphic gathered that even though the Ga Manche was inducted into the council in May last year, he could not assume the position as he had not yet been gazetted as at that time. A High Court Judge, Justice Jane Akwele Lawson Kwe, how gone can you be? Akwele Lawson Kwe led the Ga Manche to take the secrecy and the judicial oaths, as well as sign the essential documents to authenticate his position. Okay, so I think that is well nailed. So, new plan to get new buses. That's from Alan Chairman thing. New plan to get new buses. The government has concluded documentation for the purchase of new buses for New Plan Ghana Limited. The Minister of Trade and Industry, Mr. Alan Chairman-Ting, has said he commended workers of the company for their hard work and commitment over the years and gave them an assurance that his ministry would never supervise the collapse of the company. There's more there. Dr. Ibn Chambers challenges the youth to be bold and assertive. And on the back page of the Daily Graphic, 13 perish in Ohini Nkwanta road accident. 13 perish.
I think this was
Gory.
on Sunday. Yeah.
It says 13 people died, persons died on the spot, and 10 others were seriously injured last Sunday night when a DAF XF truck, that's DAF XF truck, crashed into an OAA passenger bus at Ohini Nkwanta on the Kumasi Konongo Highway.
A very sad one there, and we will keep on talking about this. We'll keep on seeing this. You know, road carnages are claiming lives more than even COVID-19 per the statistics which were released at the first quarter of the year. And should there be another one in the second quarter or even the last quarter we're talking about, you would know that it has even increased more than it was during the first and second quarter. What are we doing? What are the necessary measures we are to put in place to ensure some of these things come to an end? You know, we cannot uproot, we cannot stop it because there are instances whereby it would happen a while or two, but should it be in huge numbers like we are witnessing, for example, claiming lives more than 13 just in one trip? I mean, it's very sad. You wake up today, the next morning you are gone, and then you are not gone.
I'm traveling, and
that is it. By road
the end
carnage,
of your life.
You end your life. It's very sad.
Anyway, then Daily Graphic also says Ghana Gas shuts down for maintenance. Ghana Gas shuts down for maintenance and power supply won't be affected. Ghanaians are being assured that power supply won't be affected. A little on sports news. Okay. I think I'll do that in the other newspapers. So that will be it for the Daily Graphic.
I'll start off with the Daily Statesman, and on the front page, I think most of the stories you've already touched on. New plan Ghana to be revived under the 1D 1F initiative, and this is coming from President Akufo-Addo as he was taking on a tour of the facility. I think that was yesterday. Yes, I hope so. New plan Ghana to be revived under 1D 1F. We talked about Dako Farms yesterday, which is also under the 1D 1F. For this particular one, I know Selassie will know this. So President Akufo-Addo has announced that his government has taken the decision to absorb New Plan Ghana Limited into its flagship One District, One Factory initiative in order to help revive the company, which has been on the decline for some time. Now, this follows a request made to the president by the Member of Parliament for Bantama Francis Asenso Boachi. He's also a minister and also the managing director of New Plan Ghana, Mr. George, for an intervention by government to save the company from imminent collapse. So, New Plan, if you do not know, was established sometime in 1972 under the Kutu Echiampong Ignatius regime as a joint venture company between the government of Ghana and Gottlob Alter GmbH to produce buses for Ghana's public transport fleet. The company became the first bus manufacturing plant in West Africa. You may want to have more on that. Kindly grab yourself a copy of the Daily Statesman newspaper. President Akufo-Addo lays the foundation stone for the trauma center. Obuasi Municipal Trauma Hospital project has begun. So President Akufo-Addo yesterday cut short for the construction of a 100-bed trauma hospital for the Obuasi municipality. The construction of the Obuasi Municipal Trauma Hospital is being facilitated by a 55 million euro facility acquired by the Akufo-Addo-led administration. Part of the facility will also be used to remodel and construct 3 projects, namely Etiwa East Hospital at Inyinam, rehabilitation of the existing Obuasi Government Hospital, and remodeling of the Enirisi, I don't know if I had the name right, hospital. President Akufo-Addo said the 55 million euro facility, secured through Dutch Bank with an insurance premium from African Trade Insurance, will have a positive impact on the lives of people in the beneficiary communities. We are wholly hoping that this will pan out successful, because there are many instances whereby sword are being cut, and in some few years to come, the projects are just being left abandoned. We can count a whole lot of them, especially in the health fraternity, a whole lot, which began during the Eswa Mahamad's administration and have been left to rot. They've been left to their fate. We are only hoping that this one wouldn't become one of those abandoned projects. Human rights advocates, anti-LGBTQ bill is a threat to Ghana. Anti-LGBTQ is a threat to Ghana. And this has actually scored a whole page of the paper. So you would want to have some more on that. You can grab yourself a copy of the newspaper so you'd be able to read and abreast yourself with why these 15 member who are presenting a bill before Parliament against the anti-LGBTQ are saying this is a threat to Ghana. Let's hope and let's see how things would pan out when Parliament resumes from its recess. We are only waiting to see if we would hear from the other members who presented the anti-LGBTQ bill before Parliament. So this is coming from Alan Chermanti, the Minister for Trade and Industry. He says the 1D 1F is not only about greenfield projects. The 1D 1F is not only about greenfield projects. And let me just give you a little about that. The Minister of Trade and Industry, Alan Tremanse, has rebutted claims that the government is only rebranding some existing projects as one district, one factory, because Dako Farms, for example, which we told you about yesterday, has been in existence for so long a time but stopped functioning for over a decade now. And the new plant, too, we know, is an initiative for a company already in existence. That is why I believe this response is coming from the Trade and Industry Minister. He restated that the program is not only about the birthing of greenfield projects, but also to resuscitation of existing but distressed companies. He says support is also being given to vibrant companies to either expand or introduce new production lines. If we say we are embarking on an industrial transformation agenda, if we say we want to stimulate industrial growth, what sense will it make if we allow struggling existing companies to collapse and say that we are supporting only greenfield project? So this is a question posed to all of those who are questioning why government is partnering other existing companies and under the 1D 1F initiative. Why not start a whole new project from scratch? This is a question from the Trade and Industry Minister Lantremante to all of you. MPP reschedules Ashanti Regional Conference. So there was a conference in a regional delegate conference from October 9 and 10, but this time around has been rescheduled to October 29 and 30. October 29 and 30. The conference is to be held in accordance with the zonal arrangements made by the regional party. A statement issued by party's General Secretary John Boydu says the decision was the outcome of the consultation between the National Secretariat of the party and the Ashanti Regional Secretariat. He added that the change was also occasioned by the president's current tour of the Ashanti region. So as we speak, the president is on a tour of the Ashanti region, and that is what has contributed to the reschedule of the regional delegate conference, which is to be held on October 9 and 10, but this time around has been rescheduled to October 29 and 30. Some center spread stories here. A Tuable gas plant shut down for 2-week maintenance work. I think Lady Julia has already touched on that. And this is coming from Jim Mike. He says Shatawali understands showbiz. Shatawali understands showbiz. And no two ways about that. I mean, everyone at all will testify to this. NDC developing skirt and blouse into 2024. It's an editorial here which you would want to find out more about. So grab yourself a copy of the newspaper. Miranda caught Zimbabwe to plug teachers shortage. Okay, so Rwanda is considering hiring teachers from Zimbabwe as the government seeks to fix long-standing skills gap, language barriers, following multiple reforms of its education sector. While it is not yet clear how many teachers the country would secure in timeline, President Paul Kagame told a joint trade and investment conference held in Kigali last week that his country needs quality teachers, and as such, as the two countries explore mutual beneficial business opportunities, I think Zimbabwe can offer us good teachers. So Rwanda is planning on securing some teachers from Zimbabwe as a result of teachers shortage in Rwanda. Wow, an interesting one there. Is salt good or bad for your health? I mean, this is very important. Is salt good or bad for your health?
It has its advantages,
And
and then when you abuse, just like
any
every
other thing, yeah,
when you abuse it,
it has its own consequences too. I think that would do for the daily statement.
All right, let's take a dive into the daily guide. They say you can also visit www.dailyguidenetwork.com to read on some of these issues. I'm seeing there, ex-tour boss settles with U.S. authorities. Ex-tour boss settles with U.S. Authorities, and that story is on page 3 there.
Yesterday we were being told
Yes.
he's been charged by the US following the bribery allegations.
Yeah, we are now being told that their clients, that is coming from lawyers of the former Tema oil refinery boss, Asante K. Beku, they have said that their clients have settled his case with the United States authorities. So that's an update there. So those that are worried, sympathizers also as well, you can now exercise. I mean, exercise calm because he has settled his issues with the U.S. Pandora Papers, if you heard about it yesterday, Pandora Papers exposes African leaders. Yeah, expose crime, scandal.
Yeah, but
Scandals,
I'm
sorry.
only worried they never gave names.
They never gave names.
But
when it came to the other African leaders, I'm seeing faces there on page 5. But why for Ghana? Because I learned Ghana three leaders have been they have been seen. Let me say identified, but then their names were not given. Yeah. So on page 5, you catch the faces of some of these, and some of them are presidents too. Some of them are presidents too. Africa.
Government officials.
Hey. Yo, so if you want to see, you go to the page 5 of the Daily Guide newspaper. Okay, moving on to the big story. The NPP flag bearer says, I have no favorites. I have no favorites. That is Akufo-Addo assures. He's assuring all his followers and sympathizers of the NPP that he has no favorites among those candidates. Candidates will be standing for the
was reported he has endorsed some to people within the party who are vying for this position. That is why he has to.
He has to come out clearly on it. Okay. But then, even though he has no favorite for that, he's still rooting for Sampine in the KMA polls today. He's rooting for Sampine in the KMA polls today, and that story is on page 6.
The assembly members are waiting for that debt to be cleared.
It has to be. It has to be cleared. Otherwise, their building goes. Now, down there below on the front page, we see a picture of the mangled bus. That is the Sunday's gory accident on the Konongo. Is it a high street? I don't know how. Highway. Okay. Yeah. So it also reports that 13 did indeed die. And the story continues on page 6. I'm going to jump to the back page, which makes the sports section of the Daily Guide. Nana commissions Kokwase Astrotef. Kokwase Astrotef. President Akufo-Addo on Sunday joined Member of Parliament for Bantama, Francis Asenso Boache, to commission a state-of-the-art AstroTurf facility at Kokwase, a suburb of Abrepo in Bantama, Kumasi. With a more youthful population, the constituency is one of the most vibrant and active in Ghana. Is the most vibrant and active in Ghana. I think that sentence shouldn't have ended there. Okay, it's the most vibrant and active something. Active is an adjective, so you can't leave it on by itself. Okay. Additionally, there is a huge demand for sporting talent with the requisite skills to compete with the rest of the world. So Kokwase now has or is now going to get it has to, because I'm seeing the pictures I'm seeing here. Okay. Nana being presented with his own t-shirts, customized. Number 1, Wembley Sports. Yeah. And I'm seeing somebody kicking the ball there, even though he's in glasses. I can't. Okay, that's Asenso Boache. It's not the president. It's Asenso Boache. Yeah. Milo meets Black Stars. Milo meets the Black Stars. And also, fans will remember Salah Stunner after 60 years. So we see a picture of Klopp and Salah there. And that will be it. That is, if this has tickled you, then grab a copy of the Daily Guide newspaper.
Right, I'll continue with the new crusading guide, and the big one here is government to absorb new plan limited into 1D, 1F. This is coming from President Akufo-Addo. I think we've iterated that and we've reiterated that several times because it's been captured in many of the newspapers. Akufo-Addo touts Alan's hard work before Asante-Mine. Akufo-Addo touts Alan's hard work before Asante-Mine. Is this not an indirect endorsement? Well, we will give you just a gist of that. And Fred Ofe confirmed as Shy Osudoku. I know it as Shy Osudoku, but I see Shy. I see Shy Osudoku. Yeah, okay. Breaking the 8 is a must, and this is coming from Dr. Tremantin, not Alan Tremantin. Dr. Tremantin. I'll tell you who he is in a bit. Agona East community gets social centers. So a bit of why President Akufo-Addo has touted Alan Tremantin's hard work before the Asante-Mine. So President Akufo-Addo appears to have announced contenders for the next leader of the ruling New Patriotic Party as his tenure comes to an end. The Minister of Trade and Industry, Alan Tremantin, as well as the Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Owusu Efriye Akoto, are reported to have harbored ambitions to becoming flag bearers of the ruling party. Now, both men are part of the president's team touring the Ashanti region. President Akufo-Addo made a huge announcement at Menchia Palace, the seat of the Asante-Hene, on Friday at the start of his 4-day working tour in the Ashanti region. Nana, let me introduce my team. He started. This is your grandson, Dr. Efriye Akoto, my agric minister who wants to become the president. Who wants to become the president? Well, that may be the reason why he says he hasn't endorsed anyone yet. Sitting next to the agric minister was Mr. Alan Tremantin, as introduced by the president. Nana said, "This is Alan Tremantin. He has been vying for my seat for a very long time. A very workaholic minister." He chuckled amidst loud noise from the crowd gathered at Menchia. So I think this, what you read earlier, comes on the back of this. This has been reported earlier, and that is the response you read earlier from the presidency. Breaking the 8 is a must. A member and financier of the governing New Patriotic Party, Dr. Michael Tremantin, has posited that Ghana risks going back to the dark days should the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, win power in 2024. According to him, since the Akufo-Addo government took over office, we've seen tremendous growth in all sectors of the economy. He said the president has rolled out several opportunities and gradually taken Ghana to a point where the country could soon overpass the Western world. We are only hoping and praying so hard that Ghana gets to that point. Reported value of fraud against banks and SDIs hits 1 billion. Reported value of fraud against banks and SDI specialized deposit taking institutions hits 1 billion Ghana cedis. Wow, this is what we are losing to banks, and we are losing to fraud. Ituabo has been captured here again, but I think we've done a whole lot of that, so it's enough. It's unfair to reject Sampine over past KMA debts. Nanado to assembly members. Well, since he's in the Ashanti region, let's see how things would pan out. As probably he may be able to convince these assembly members to endorse or confirm his nominee. But let's see how things would fade out in the coming days if he ends his tour. There was this story I saw earlier on Aguna East community getting some social centers. I think I've lost sight of the exact page I found that. Right, it is here. So Agona East communities get social centers, and the National Democratic Congress Member of Parliament for Agona East in the Central Region, Queensta Mami Pukria, has cut short for the commencement of the construction of 2 community centers in her constituency. Now, the beneficial communities are Agona and Agona Fuehia number 1, respectively. Each edifice with other social amenities will host a minimum of 400 people when completed, and is to provide a conducive environment for the people in the 2 communities to gather to discuss development issues. So this would help these 2 communities gather all the time to discuss development issues. At a ceremony to announce the commencement of work on the community centers, Mrs. Pokria said that the projects were going to be undertaken simultaneously and expected to be completed some month ahead. According to her, as the MP for this area, she would assure that every community within the constituency will have its own share of development projects, which are being prosecuted by the government. Well, throughout the country. Mrs. Pokia stressed that I will not be partisan in the discharge of my duties and pledge to work with everyone, irrespective of their political affiliations, for the development of the district. We are only praying that this will come to bear, and also creation of other job opportunities for the youth in this country, because creation of just social centers, I think, will still leave a huge gap in terms of what these youths are to rechannel their energies into. That would do for the New Crusading Guide.
The most authoritative newspaper, Ghanaian Times, and it has a picture there of the gory accident. Yes, that claimed 13 lives and injured 11 others. That ghastly accident at Konongo, and it says the story is on page 3. And I think I've done much more on this, so I'll leave that story alone. But on page 3, 6 suspects grabbed over MP's attack at Anglo-Afia Denigba. It says that the police in the Volta region have arrested 6 people in connection with the armed robbery attack at Sadoko Brothers Business Ventures at Anglo-Afia Denigba in the Keta municipality last Friday. Kwesi Owusu was arrested by the bodyguard of the Member of Parliament for the area, Mr. Kwesi Gakpo. After his arrest, Owusu mentioned an accomplice whose name was only given as Haruna. That doesn't mean any Haruna you know. Who was later grabbed. So he's been grabbed. So if the Haruna you know is still with you, you are safe. He was later grabbed by the police. So local townsmen assisted the police in this particular arrest. They arrested another suspect known as Nogbe. Okay. Intensified fight against illegal mining. That's coming from Yana. Intensify the fight against illegal mining there. Dagbonra Yana Mahama Abubakari II has expressed concern about the rising degradation of Ghana's forest cover, saying it's a threat to our survival as a country. And if you are in this country and you don't know this is a threat to you, to this end, he has charged the government to intensify the fight against illegal mining, commonly referred to as galamsey, and other activities that deplete our forest reserves. So there's a picture of Yana there with, Mr. Jinapo is also there, and I believe other members of the chieftaincy. More stories. It says more MMDCE nominees endorsed amidst the fanfare. More MMDCE nominees are being endorsed. Yes, and the story is on pages 15 and 18. And if you want to know if yours is part, I think you should just grab a copy of the most authoritative newspaper and have your full share of that news. Again, on page 3, an update to the Takrade pregnant in quotes woman's story.
Hey, she's
We are
back
being
in the
told,
news.
yes, she has satisfied her bail.
Oh,
She
right.
was able to get the 50,000 Ghana cedis. Okay. Well, good for her. But that's not the end of the story for her, for certain. That's not the end of the story. And I have one story here in the middle spread. It says, mobilize resources to expand and equip the whole teaching hospital. Health Minister tells reconstituted board, the back page, work on air traffic management center 92% complete. 92%, and this edifice here looks beautiful. I just hope that services that will be rendered in this edifice will also satisfy the citizenry. Air traffic management. Okay, PPAG launches parent child dialogue on reproductive health rights. Anyway, that's it for the most authoritative newspaper, the Ghanaian Times. Grab your copy.
Right. So to end my is the Chronicle, which says it's the sphere of the nation. Chronicle the sphere of the and the screaming headline here: Reverend academics fight. Wow, such a headline. Reverend academics fight anti Fawoto Beji bill. Reverend academics fight anti Fawoto Beji bill in the name of human rights. So we have 4 of them here. Professor Kwame Kare, a former Director General of the GBC, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Professor Kwesi Prempe, he's the director for CDD, Center for Democratic Governance or something like that. Things. Mr. Akutu Ampao, a Ghanaian lawyer and human rights activist, and Professor Audrey. So their pictures are here, just 4 of them for now. And we are being told by the Chronicles that these are the reverend academics who are fighting against the anti-Fawoto bill, all in the name of human rights. You may want to read more on that. Grabbing yourself a copy of the Chronicle, I think, will do. Combat police averts blood bath in Krobo. So there seems to be some chaotic scene here from Odumase Krobo. I would read a bit of that for you when I get into details of the newspaper headlines. Let Busia be our inspiration, and this is coming from former President Kufuor. And I believe this. Okay, we were never told whom he directed this advice to, but I think it's to all Ghanaians, not to his political affiliation, but to all Ghanaians. Ekufadu cut short 400-bed Obuasi Trauma and Accident Hospital. It's been captured here again in the Chronicle newspaper. I think I've already done that already. 9 arrested for allegedly possessing Indian hemp. The assumed district police commander and his personnel effected a swoop in Esum and arrested 9 suspects. Their names have been given, with some quantities and 1,049 wrapped substances suspected to be Indian hemp. The district police commander said 2 boxes of sparkling Kings. Okay, I wouldn't want to mention any of that here. Again, 2 polythene bags containing substances suspected to be Indian hemp and 5 pack of rolling paper. A search conducted in the house of the suspect, Isiman Emmanuel, reviewed 3 sacks of substances suspected to be Indian hemp, 6 yellow tablets containing substances suspected to be Indian hemp, and 3 boxes of tramadol tablets. Meanwhile, the suspects are being detained in police custody and the exhibits retained at the station pending further investigations. New plan to bounce back under the 1D 1F initiative, and the outgoing MCE of Kasina Nankana says he hasn't received any common fund. So the Nankana Municipal Assembly in the Upper East region has not received a share of the District Assembly's common fund from the central government from January to September 2021. Now, the Assembly has not received anything from the 1st of January to the 27th of September. Mr. William Edum is the outgoing municipal chief executive for the area, and he disclosed this at Navrungo during the first ordinary meeting of the year of the Assembly. Creative Arts, J. Kufuor and Bosom Train Senior High Schools ready for use in 2022. That's a good one. The good governance and transparency are antidotes to corruption. And this is coming from the Deputy U.S. Ambassador. Deputy U.S. Ambassador to Ghana. And she's urging Ghanaian, especially the youth, to work hard to sustain the peace and democracy of the country. This is coming from Miss Virginia Elliott. Ashanti regions, okay. I wouldn't want to say anything about that. I think that would do. Health benefits of mint. Health benefits of mint. You would want to have more on that. Grab yourself a copy of the newspaper, that is the Chronicles, and you read more on that. I think that would do for my set of newspapers.
I think there's a quotation, front page,
where front page,
green banner down there.
Okay, so Proverbs chapter 18 verse 2, and it says, a fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. He would only express his opinion and wouldn't think or consider whether what he or she is saying makes.
I wonder what
that would be
that is directed to. Anyway, so I think we're done with our newspapers. So we will go on a quick break, and you come back to see us right here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Step Work premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotek's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st of October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini or roofing industry nim, enti, Saudi roofina, now what Jen Asatek. Asatek will quality long span roofing sheeter, a sign nail free. Trase, and here so did a dwabomu, now so a team would down the soa. Pampe, Alframa, and a whom and to me. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trase, every nache name panso, enti warmer 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eyama debia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, and now say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what done to be jinaso, na yinho. Or your delivery services, Papa Bia, and found wonderful Kwan Asatek Bema was can order between 3 and 5 working days. Or VIP delivery services as well. 1 day pet now Osaka. If you Asatek a chill quine Watamakono 2, Meridian Road, when you could board warehouse, the paying Takrade, if you kuma number 9, will pay if you kuma Fidelity Bank no, Voter Regional so or Wakache Tatome, JN Bank and Chenhope. Asatek, sheltering you for life.
Water, but when I get your mouth, and then so I'm about to order. You are fired.
Malaria and tea. But you are yet more bono.
What you are doing here?
Malaria there for you. Enti awo. Ashire customers. When you say mammy, I smart. Ape CB Malakio. Amma ne baya or the eco school. Share. Say a pianisi berry market ni malaria and tea. I want to mean.
And now Emma will be around to walk. So we have malaria testing. Maybe one. And better one. And the CB Malakio. You do not. And now kick out from a son so I CB Malakio. And no way so dear. And I don't grow. I yet tata shit.
A drawing near my appeal for about a woman for any quada won't fear
Susiana. What would you with you?
FD Ashusha sa a jedi and cratoimu adja to Musa again.
Hello, this is Dr. Josephine Nsafo from the Breast Unit Kolegu Teaching Hospital. This year also we are partnering with Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center. October is here again. Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2021. The message hasn't changed. Early detection and effective treatment save lives. I hope you've been doing your monthly breast self-examination throughout the year. So I'm just here to remind you that it's time to get your annual breast screening done. And for women 40 years and above, you need to do your mammogram. Breast scans are also very useful for women of all ages. And Sonotech is giving up to 50% discount this year at their Osu, West Hills, and Tema branches. Every year, the breast unit sees about 400 new cases of breast cancer, including a few men, in addition to those already living with the disease. Unfortunately, almost 70% of these are already advanced. This is because people do not come early, and a lot are trying natural, herbal, and alternative remedies which do not work. So we have a lot of unnecessary deaths. But for those who do come early with effective treatments, they have been cured, and I'm happy to say that we have a lot of breast cancer survivors with us. So remember to look for changes in your breast. A lump in your breast or your armpit, and a dimple, a rash, a sore, Nipple discharge, especially when it's bloody. And remember that when breast cancer starts, it's usually not painful. Early detection is key. And with effective treatment, should you be diagnosed with breast cancer, your life will be saved. Stay safe.
John, wo fi nyo. Wow, ebe ye fe, edi wabɔ adwuma. I check roofing na, oye fe wankasa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing sheets aba bebre nice keke. Why na catch you? Asatek roofing sheet de, enye nice keke o. Wo de bodan so e cheye, enwe na che. Na won colors ahodo fe bebre. No mo free roofing sheet no de. Wo nya dad wa bia o. Na so de bodan so e jire so pampe. Wo tumi so kire mo se ne ope roofing sheet no. Wo twa de sama pepepe. Mama po Asatek money there. One ma technical advice na estimate free or professional installers so awon your on-site installation. Ni bo so kra da fam pa. Oh yes, quality ni bo da fam nyen. Asatek 5 days pay na mo sa kan order na wo ye after sales service proper bin so. Hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatek Takrade Anaji, Yeni Princeland Hotel and di hwene mu. And Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
CB makeup now. I'm not correct. Why your best mankasa?
That's it.
Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures back on CB makeup sauce. Ah, you see, CB makeup capsules and I make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew me that and one year packaging I had a pepper.
Wow, what a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any bianza no akodo ben pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie du ye. Enka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
So you are welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned to Adoatv, bringing good things to life. There was just one thing that struck me, when we were going through the newspaper headlines, and I wanted more information on that. I wanted to feed you with more information. Feed Selassie, feed Billy, feed Patty, feed Joshua, feed all of you out there with more on this, because I know it's going to be a big hit. And since you're working in your media house, people will ask you, your friends will ask you, and you should be able to have at least one thing to say on it and let them know that you know what's up. So talking about the Pandora Papers, it was captured by Daily Guide on page 5. Pandora Papers expose African leaders. We have a Ghanaian journalist and a member of the network of International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, that's ICIJ, Emmanuel Dogbevi. He revealed that 3 unnamed top-notch Ghanaian politicians have been captured in the Pandora Papers leak, which was released on Sunday, October 3rd. And he was speaking on TV3 News, actually. He stated that the report does not give details of who the politicians are, but only mentions that 3 Ghanaian politicians are captured in it. I'm sure as time goes by, we will get to know who these 3 are and whoever is connected to them. But the website of the ICIJ captures Ghana as number 3, without giving further details on these officials, criminals, murderers, People involved in grievous crimes are also mentioned because they are also moving monies around the world, Mr. Dogbevi added. He further highlighted the negative effects of illicit capital flight, a situation that makes this report one that has to be given the needed attention. So, honorary Vice President of Imani Africa and Chief Executive Officer of M Pedigree, Bright Simmons, also spoke on this matter on Monday. So, in a tweet on Monday, October 4th, just yesterday, he said the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists claim that the Pandora Papers constitutes the largest leak of confidential documents to the press ever. 3 Ghanaian politicians, 10 from Nigeria, 2 from Kenya are implicated. 49 African politicians in total are mentioned. Is that supposed to tell us the crime rate in these countries as well? Is that like a comparison?
But I'm very much particular about Nigeria. Why just one country, 10 politicians have been named from this country? 2 from
anyway, 2 from Kenya, 3 from Ghana. The Guardian had explained that the Pandora Papers is the biggest ever leak of offshore data, which exposes financial secrets of rich and powerful, that is, of the rich and the powerful around the world. The secrets deals and the hidden assets of some of the world's richest and most powerful people have been revealed in the biggest trove of leaked offshore data in history. This is the biggest.
Yeah.
It's saying. So, in other words, keep your ears tuned. You are going to be shocked and bewildered. So keep tuned. We will be bringing you more on it as and when updates are given. But the branded the Pandora Papers, okay, it includes 11.9 million files from companies hired by wealthy clients to create offshore structures and trusts in tax havens such as Panama, places in Panama, Dubai, of course. No wonder they've been traveling to Dubai. And if you remember this, I remember a video some years back, a particular pastor in Ghana, and there was a video of himself and the wife in was it an airport or so of Dubai, and he said, he was asked, what are you doing here? He said, oh, I came to check on one of my properties. If you know, you know.
The properties.
Yes, one
Dubai.
of my properties in Dubai. So we have Panama, Dubai, Monaco, Switzerland, and in the Cayman Islands. They expose the secrets offshore affairs of 35 world leaders. So it's not limited to Africa, including current and former presidents, prime ministers, and heads of states. They also shine a light on the secret finances of more than 300 other public officials, such as government ministers, judges, those you think should know better, mayors, and military generals in more than 90 countries. The files include disclosures about major donors to the Conservative Party. That raises a lot of questions, right? Yes, raising difficult questions for Boris Johnson. You've been indicted as his party meets for its annual conference. So more than 100 billionaires feature in the leaked data, as well as celebrities, rock stars, and business leaders. Many use shell companies to hold luxury items such as properties and yachts, as well as incognito bank accounts. There is even art ranging from looted Cambodian antiquities to paintings by Picasso and murals by Banksy. So the it's like these movies we've been watching. You know, my mind is going back to these movies we've been watching. They are coming to light. Those movies, it seems that they have some information.
They foresaw what will be happening before created such movies. And it's very serious, especially in Africa where I belong to. You know, we've been losing huge sums of money annually to corruption. And this is what has undermined our progress as a continent.
And I think that we should remove that label, poor or impoverished countries for that form, because we are not impoverished and we are not poor in any way. I think we should just label ourselves as
I think the economist we had a discussion with yesterday even iterated this.
Yes.
He said this.
We are not poor.
Africa is never a poor continent.
We are not a poor continent.
But I don't know. Some of
we
these
just have,
things.
so I think we should tag ourselves the bad leaders of the world, like yes, those that are bad leaders, and then just move, so that anytime a leader comes on, he would rather fight to remove that tag off him, like
he wouldn't
other
be counted
countries
as one
he would want
these
so
bad leaders.
anytime we are going for the UN general meetings, we know that our bad leaders are coming. Yes, so we know our bad leaders are trooping in. Maybe, and we hear of one good one and we say, oh, the bad leaders of Africa are coming, except this one. Yes, I think that will rather help us, because Africa, if to have the impoverished nations in Africa and have their presidents having offshore accounts, having
it's very disturbing. Very disturbing. And I'm very interested about the Kenya president.
Yes, he's here.
Yeah.
BBC also quoted portions of the report which indicted the family of Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta, secretly owned a network of offshore companies for decades.
Was that the reason why he vied for that seat? So he would be able to do all of these things. That would give him the opportunity to do all of these
Not that
things.
he has one. Not that he has two. And if he had 10, I'm sure they would have said he had 10. He says a network of offshore companies. And not just a recent one, but for decades. Decades means a multiples of 10.
Yeah.
That's... So the Pandora Papers, 12 million files is the biggest. We've mentioned that and that and that. But Mr. Kenyatta and 6 members of his family have been linked to 13 offshore companies.
So including even his family members.
6 members
have been fingered in this.
Yes.
Wow.
And this is what he had to say. He said that I will respond comprehensively to the leaked ones. Also to these leaks once I have returned from my state visit.
Well, we are hoping and patiently waiting for what this comprehensive response will entail.
I like his response. He added that this will go a long way in enhancing financial transparency and openness that will require in Kenya and around the globe.
And I think he is right.
Yes.
He's right.
I mean, if you are innocent, it will come out also as that. So we hope you are. We hope. So the Kenyatta's offshore investments, including a company with stocks and bonds worth $30 million, that is 22 million euros, were discovered among hundreds of thousands of pages of administrative paperwork from archives of 14 law firms. So the lawyers, of course, lawyers must be part of this. Otherwise, how is it done?
Even judges were fingered in this.
Yeah, 14 law firms and service providers in Panama and the British Virgin Islands and other tax havens, the BBC further reported. So that's it.
We are hoping, patiently waiting that investigations will go deeper into this, so that these 3 Ghanaian officials who have been fingered into this, names would be mentioned. That is what we would want to see, because if it is just left for us like that hanging, then the investigation hasn't done us any good. Because we would want to know who these public officials are and what the responses from these officials would be, if indeed they would be able to vindicate themselves from these bribery allegations they've been fingered with.
Yeah. I actually took this report from the KNUST News,
Right.
their website,
Right.
and I'm seeing some breaking news there that I don't know, but
Really?
that's my source right now. So I'm announcing from there. I'm giving it to you as at when it comes from the KNUST news portal there. It's saying Hassan Ayariga under life support, and he regrets not getting vaccinated. I don't know if that's supposed to mean that he's contacted the COVID-19.
The 2020 presidential candidate for the APC.
So
party.
it is, yes, that's him, Hassan Ayariga. There's a picture of him there.
Yeah, I remember very well when he came out to say he
He's
was
been
not going for this
and
job.
now he's on life support.
Wow.
And some of us have our controversies about the job
Yeah,
and all that, but
yeah.
for me, the only controversy I have is with sharp objects. So if you know, you know.
A whole lot of conspiracy theory have surrounded this.
I just don't do injections.
You just don't want it at all.
No, I don't do injections.
You are allergic to it.
Yes, when I go to the hospital and they have to inject, I ask them to convert it into any medication. No matter how bitter, I will take it.
You take
but
it.
Injections,
Lie.
just a matter.
And then
Anyway,
from free
there's more. Confirmed. This is actually confirmed. It says Daniel Domelevo has been appointed European Union's external auditor.
Our former auditor general.
Yes, he said he's set to audit government of Ghana. I mean, he proved himself very capable.
Yeah.
He proved himself that he could lay down any affinities with any political party to do well for Ghana.
And that is the best way to go.
And
for
no wonder. I mean, a good name always takes you higher.
Yeah.
So no wonder. The third breaking news is that Alan Bagbane's convoy involved in a fatal accident.
Again.
There's one dead.
Because I can remember some few months ago, a similar situation happened, which one driver of his had to lose his life. I don't know. Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think that's it for it.
A whole lot has been happening in this country for quite some time now, and it's very necessary we pay attention to all of that, especially in the political scene. It's very necessary we pay attention to all of this. But before we go, it's very necessary we remind our viewers that Sonotech.
I leave that in your care today.
That Sonotech is still
I forgot
offering
my pink.
its free breast screening. You know, we are still in the month of October, the pink month.
The pink month,
kindly
breast
walk into-
cancer awareness.
Exactly.
I completely forgot to get. I'll do that today. Get my pink ribbon in the shape it's supposed to be as a brooch here. So I'll do that. I'll try my best to do that tomorrow.
You have a touch of it.
I have a touch of pink.
Yeah.
I have a touch of pink. So yes, we are still reminding you that breast screening is still ongoing.
Yeah.
It's free.
Completely free.
It's free at the Osu, the Tema, and the West Hills Mall branches.
And that is their biggest for
the
now.
biggest so far.
Yeah.
It's free, and if you are diagnosed and or you feel anything and you want to have the breast ultrasound, it's going at a 50%, whooping 50, and this is not what usually the electronics guys do. Up to 50% discount. You go and you are so happy. You choose the biggest TV and they tell you this one there is 2%.
And the likes.
The way you get disappointed, this is not up to. So I've always looked for the platform to advise people. Make sure you don't see, if you see up to,
then
be
it
careful.
really starts from one.
Even
You
0.5.
0.5 discount.
So be careful. This one has no up tos there.
They are very specific about it. We are getting 50%.
What you see
flat discount
is what you get. 50% discount on all breast ultrasound, and it's lasting Yes, just for this duration,
Yeah.
1st October to 31st
So the
October,
31st.
and a whooping 20% on all mammograms.
Yeah.
All mammograms. So you want to make a visit to Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center in Osu. I learned in Osu they are just around the Dankwa, how do you call it? The runabout there.
Yeah.
Just there. It's very easy to spot them. And then also at Tema, it's opposite the Tema General Hospital. So
yeah.
Immediately you get to Tema General Hospital, just cast your eyes across the street, and then there they are. And then at the West Hills Mall, you've been shopping there. I know you've been going there. You know there very well. So they are there. Go there. Go with your wife if you're a gentleman. Your girl, the one you love very much. Your sisters. You know our mothers shy away from this thing. Give them a reason to be there. Take them. You know the best thing you can do for the mothers who don't want to go. Take them on a surprise shopping. Tell them you're going to shop for them anything they want, and take them to the West Hills Mall, and then take a detour
to Sonotech.
To Sonotech.
Yeah.
Because if it becomes a problem, it will land in your laps. So get them to do the screening, and when they are declared free, everyone can be free and live in peace.
Health is very paramount.
It's paramount.
So we need to pay much attention to that. And they are not only offering this; they have other services. Including the MRI scans, the CT scans, the 2, 3, 4D ultrasound.
2, 3, 4.
Yes, which you are getting 50% discount on that particular service. The ECG, the echocardiogram, the dental X-ray, general and specialist consultation, and health screening packages. And it's very interesting to know that they are providing a 24-hour basis service. I mean, kudos to them, including holidays and even weekends. That's very interesting.
So with that said about Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center, we want to take a quick turnaround. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Nane Ikekufu of Cling Event Ghana. October is here again and it's the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Guess what? Cling is excited to partner with Sonotech this year to offer free breast screening during the month of October, from 1st October to the 31st of October. Yes, free breast screening. Did you know in 2020, there were 2.3 million women diagnosed with breast cancer, and out of that, 685,000 died? Breast cancer treatment can be highly effective, especially when detected early. So you must go and check. I will be there, and so should you. Sonotech, your total healthcare partner for life.
Water, but when I get your mouth, and that's all I'm order. You are fire.
Malaria and tea. You are yet more bono. Malaria, therefore, yao. Enti awo. I share the customers. Well, when I say mammy, I smart. I bet CB Malakio. I'm man the buyer or the eco school. Share. Say a pianisi berry market ni malaria and tea. I want to mean.
And now Emma will be around to walk. So we have malaria test. Maybe one. And better and the CB Malakio. Yedinuna, Nehama, and now kick out from a son so I CB Malakio. And no way so dear. And I know grow. And yet that shit.
A drawing near my appeal for about a woman for any quada one in feed.
Susiana, what would you with
FD Ashusha sa a jedi and crato you aja to Musa again.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Step Work premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st of October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Yeni Asatek, so your kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwen Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Try say ehia Saudi da doabo mu nanso etim wodan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Try say every na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eye madan bia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what dando be jinaso na yino ho. Your delivery services papa bia. Enfa honde for kwa Asatek bema was can order between 3 and 5 working days. Our VIP delivery services so one day pay na osaka. Hwehwe Asatek achiu kwan Watama 22 Meridian Road woni Cocoa Board Warehouse na ben Takrade Efiekuma number 9 wo ben Efiekuma Fidelity Bank no Volta region so wo wakache Tatome GN Bank nchen ho pe. Asatek, sheltering you for life.